All right, guys. Here's the thing. All right, Willie Mack released a Keffals video. Just so you know, Willie Mack hat. Well, let's angle it in a way you can't see my bald head. Put it back on the head. Oh, it's like you didn't even know. It's like you didn't even know that it's terrible. Anyway, Willie Mack made a video about Keffals. I'm sure it's stuff that we've already talked about, but I don't care. It's something to do. Okay, it's something. It's a little bit of fun, and it's a Willie Mack video. Okay, I like Willie Mack videos. Anyway, buy the hat. It's actually very comfortable. It took me a little bit to break it in, but it got very comfortable after that. So now I find myself wearing it without even like being uncomfortable. Anyway, it's called Lock Her Up. Keffals finally caught. Doxing, lies, and prison. Oh, and also, if you find any moments in this video resonate with you, drop a little timestamp below for me, all right? I'd appreciate it, brother. It's funny, entertaining, whatever else you might think it is. So let's go.
One of the biggest community-wide investigations finished up, resulting in Keffals fully being exposed for misappropriating over $100,000 in donated GoFundMe money.
And you know what's so funny? She would have gotten away with it if she would just stop talking. If she would just stop talking. That's all it is. But she just can't stop talking. She can't stop like being a provocative for attention over and over and over again. And then like what ends up happening? Like she ends up getting into more heat. It's so funny because I feel like a lot of other people that have done like as much stuff as she's done, they wouldn't have gotten away with it for so long. That's really what it boils down to. But she did, and the only reason that it came back to light, the only reason all this really became a thing is because she wouldn't stop begging for any attention, right? And a lot of this, I think, comes down to like the Vosh defense and things of that nature. She just can't stop. She just can't stop being obnoxious and provocative and begging for attention. And that's really what it is. This isn't like, and this is a life lesson for all of you. Learn from Keffals. I know that on TV, they say any attention is good attention. That's not true. All right. That might be true for the website Ashley Madison. My wife and I are watching the documentary. That's why I'm bringing it up. It's interesting. It's on Netflix. But it's not true for you as a content creator. Like, yeah, you might get a really like a big spurt of money, but it fades very quickly when you're just being provocative for attention. You want to do a nice, progressive, slow build. You don't need attention from everybody in the world. You don't need to be viral. You just build slow. Like, look at somebody like Just Pearly Things. Fizzled. A lot of content creators, they blow up. They're like, I can get attention if I say these ridiculous things. But it's not meaningful attention. You want meaningful, productive attention, right? It's like the hot girl, and like a guys want to fuck her. It's like, oh, she thinks she's so attractive and popular, but nobody wants to date her. She's got 100 guys lining up to bang that schmang, but nobody wants to date her. Meanwhile, then you have a girl that's like, oh, only 2 guys are really interested in her, but those are meaningful relationships, and now she's happy and she's settled down, and she doesn't have to worry about that aspect of her life. That's what we're talking about. Productive attention. You don't just want attention. You want productive attention. It's a really big deal. Like, really is a big deal.
If anyone ever finds out about how I spent the GoFundMe, I am definitely getting canceled.
Spending it on doxing multiple innocent people, but it's Keffals, so she can't own up to anything, take accountability for anything. No, she has to frame an artist as transphobic, making the artist...
Well, listen, we watched the Mudahar thing. Apparently, the artist himself maybe had some questionable posts that they may have been posting. Right, I think it's relevant that we should at least bring it up, because I think that's generally like somewhat relevant. But at the same time, the picture itself was not transphobic, right? So the artist might have been. Mudahar kind of like alluded to that, like vaguely, which obviously is not good. You shouldn't be transphobic. But then at the same time, the picture itself is not transphobic. It's used for everybody, right? So it just sounds like an excuse to dismiss what's actually going on. So
go private. I haven't heard from them since. This video isn't just about Keffals' career ending. It's about her trying to bring everything down with her. Her response has been to call everyone transphobic, leading to other left
based alert?
Political streamers to do the same without ever watching the video.
None of this is accurate. Wait, what?
Who's this silly goose?
It was the first I have ever heard of Keffals. Is it not accurate? I haven't seen it, so I'm not claiming that it's accurate.
Then she...
Incredible. It's good for you.
She calls everyone drama free.
Why would you want to like tarnish your credibility by not even engaging with it?
For reporting her committing a crime.
Angry from drama freaks. I'm not planning on making any sort of response because I don't think I owe anyone a response.
Yeah.
So quirky. So here's the thing. The people who are interested in this content probably are drama freaks. So are you. Like, I mean, listen, I'm like Wendy Williams. That's the type of energy. Listen, I like to talk about drama and weigh in, and I'm a fucking catty bitch. I don't like to sensationalize it, but like, yeah, sure. So you want to call me a drama freak? Probably. But you are too. You're asking for this energy. What the hell? This dragon's got a fucking a tree hat. Incredible. Anyway, you're asking for that. Like, that's what you are. That's the community you've ingrained yourself into. What are you talking about?
Yeah, we can't let her get away with this. It's so satisfying sitting back and watching 2 years worth of lies finally come crumbling down, and I'm celebrating.
Are you celebrating with some kind of a vape pen as an advertisement?
With Fume. Not everything in a bad habit is wrong, so why not remove the bad from your habit? Fume is the award-winning flavored air device that does just that. No electronics, no vapor, no harmful chemicals. It feels quality and...
I mean, what's the point if I'm not going to get harmful chemicals? That's what makes me feel good, bro. But that's what makes me feel good.
It is really well designed. Here, let me show you. You have
I'm not kidding. It's unfortunate. I smoked a few cigarettes yesterday. There's like a little stressful life event. Nothing big. Don't worry about it, guys. But I'm like, damn. You know, I use it as an excuse. I'm like, let me have a little cigarette. You know what I'm saying, dude? Oh, it's so bad for you, but it's so good. I truly, I hate to say this because I haven't like smoked like addictively in a long time. But there's nothing. It really beats a cigarette and a cup of coffee for breakfast. It's horrible. The world is a terrible place. It's so not good for you. It's so good. It's so terrible. I fucking hate it. Don't do that. It's bad for you. Actually, it's terrible. Sorry.
These flavored cores, I like mint. Now open it up and pop one of them into the Fume. Twist it to adjust the airflow and... Oh, that's the good stuff. And my favorite part is just fidgeting around with it, playing with the magnet, spinning it on its stand. It's great at a friend's house.
Oh my god. Hey guys, the cigarette pen for autistic people. Sorry, I don't want to say something. I don't want to say weird. What is this? Zins, the vape pen for people with autism. Isn't it interesting though that we've gotten to a point now where everybody stims in some capacity? And it's actually kind of interesting. I think it goes to show you that even people without some kind of like intellectual or developmental disability can really benefit from some of the things that are also positive for people in the IDD community. Like some kind of like stimulation toy. I think could be a little bit good for everybody, you know, so.
The bar, camping. A lot of the times when I'm working, I get bored and grab another snack that I definitely don't need or my fourth cup of coffee. Now I just fidget around with the Fume and still get that little stimulant of flavor when needed. Fume has served over 150,000 customers and you could be...
That's actually a pretty clever marketing tactic because it's not even necessarily untrue. Like some people just like to fidget and maybe sometimes they'll eat when they need something to distract them because they just want to do something. So fidgeting with it, whether you're smoking it or something, might be a kind of productive.
Their next success story. Go to tryfume.com/WillyMac or scan the QR code and use code WillyMac at checkout to get 10% off today. Thank you, Fume, for sponsoring this video.
That's the sound of the police!
I've been documenting and pushing back against Keffals' GoFundMe narrative for 2 years now, where if you question anything at all, you were framed as a...
It's funny because like when I first heard the GoFundMe thing, I guess it was a couple of years ago, I didn't really care. I was like, it's people are just donating money, like whatever. And like obviously that's my ignorance. But then at the same time, that's how most people were feeling about this topic back then. Most people weren't really worried about it until Keffals kept going, kept pushing, kept attention seeking, kept attention baiting, you know what I mean? And then we land here at a point where now people that like normally aren't going to like really consume this type of stuff and make it their put the time of or put effort into it are now like, wait a minute, this is really weird. Wait a minute, this is like really questionable. Wait, why are you doing this? What, that becomes what so she could have just stopped while she's ahead. Thank you so much for the $5 from Jack Esposito. Thoughts and prayers for my grandma. She is going through her cancer surgery right now. St. Peter, okay. St. Peter, please protect her. I have faith in you. Oh, incredible stuff, man. I hope it goes well. I'm sure it will.
As a conspiracy theorist, a bad faith actor.
People were so gracious, they came together and they helped me out. And while I really respect it, it's brought a lot of people to do the QAnon brain bullshit about me, where they're saying I'm stealing money from my fans.
I will never do a GoFundMe breakdown for bad faith actors. When people would write
bad faith actors, that's crazy.
Ask for updates, she'd respond to them with memes. She'd suddenly have the money for new streaming gear, travel, drugs, rehab, while revealing that
Fume. She had a lot of money for Fume what is it? E-cigarettes. Incredible.
She hadn't even started working with a lawyer yet.
But now I'm going to be focusing more on the legal things because I'm settled down, I'm back in Canada, and I have time to work on this now.
And if you questioned her, no matter how much you disavow transphobia, you're transphobic. Well, for now...
True. I mean, I don't know, man. I keep going into the same tangent every single time, but I know that I'm sure Keffals has faced some like online transphobia, but come on, you know, I feel like it's not necessarily the most relatable experience. Somebody who is able to, you know, get that emotional and financial support and help from their parents to transition when they were younger, you know, that's not the typical experience. You know, I'm just saying.
Leaked DMs from her group chat, she proved the conspiracy theorist right.
And I just kind of feel like sometimes she weaponizes that experience. You know, she tries to pretend like she's one of the more relatable individuals going through this experience, but like for the most part, you know, she's what you consider very passable. She probably hasn't struggled significantly in the way that a lot of other trans people do. You know, I'm just saying, man. So it just, I don't know. It feels like a little yucky from this person sometimes.
Hey, Keffals would write, feels really bad watching the GoFundMe deplete. The rest will cover a year's worth of rent and my psych fees if I talk to a psychologist once a week for the next 11 months. I keep trying to think of how it depleted so fast, and it's just so many little things. Travel and replacing furniture and helping my friends out by buying new streaming gear and clothes. That
helping my friends out by buying new streaming gear. That's what I do to help my friends out.
Is not what the money was raised for. None of those things were stated in her GoFundMe. This is fraud, and these messages are from only 2 months after she raised the money, meaning she burned through most of it before she even decided who she was suing. She'd continue, if anyone found out how I spent the GoFundMe, I am definitely getting canceled. Now, it's not just luxuries that the money was wasted on. I want to make abundantly clear, not a single dollar of the used money was spent in a meaningful way. She raised the money to move to a safe location that wasn't doxed, while spending her time tweeting out and streaming her location. But more importantly, she revealed why she moved. It wasn't to get away from her doxers, it was to get away from her ex.
And there was...
Well, yeah, of course it wasn't to get away from her doxers. She fucking posted her goddamn address. I mean, excuse me, not her address. She was doing live streams there. She wasn't afraid anybody was going to do anything to her. Like, that's obviously silly goosery. But like, it's crazy. Like, I think she obviously made up this narrative that like the person was abusive. I just don't believe it. And the reason I don't believe it is because like, she's just full of so many lies. The person wanted to come with her and they didn't have a passport, and the person was like, oh, like, can't we get a faster passport? Oh no, we can't do it. Like Keffals used moving as an excuse to break up with her girlfriend because she doesn't have any balls and can't do it herself. Okay, that's really what it boils down to. Let's be absolutely honest here. And it's like a sad thing. It's cowardly, you know. I mean, I've been in a situation where I didn't want to be the first person to break up to. Like, I understand that, but still, it's a coward move. You know?
There's a criticism that I frequently got throughout that time. How does moving to a different country help you with online harassment? And as we found out, it didn't. And the truth is,
because you're telling everybody your fucking address, you're telling everybody, you're doing live streams, you're telling everybody what country you moved to, you're doing all this other shit.
I left the country because of my ex.
That's not what the money was donated for. Again, that's fraud. But
well, I mean, actually now I didn't even really put two and two together. Like, that makes sense that she would make up this new lie because now she needs people to still think that she's a victim of something. So like, she's like, yeah, no, don't worry, your money still went somewhere like productive because my ex was abusive and like I had to leave her or I could have gotten hurt. You know, it kind of just feels like, because she got caught out not actually using the money to sue. So it's like, no, guys, she's abusive. Like, don't worry, if you gave me the money, it's just still worth it because I'm the victim of abuse. And it's like, oh, okay, you know, it's just kind of it's always something. It's always something.
But it goes even deeper. The one good thing you could have argued that Keffals did was spend some of the money filing legally through the Human Rights Tribunal of Ontario.
The reason they decided to go with the Human Rights Tribunal rather than a lawsuit is because the Human Rights Tribunal has unique powers that a civil suit does not.
The reason I decided to ultimately go through the Human Rights Tribunal rather than the lawsuit is because the Human Rights Tribunal has powers that a civil suit does not. All I would get is money. I am pushing for police body cams. Papers are being processed and it could take up to 6 years. The London police have already had an initiative to get body cams on every cop by 2025.
That's so funny. I didn't even know that. That's very funny. Well, she's probably trying to take credit for that to make it seem like I did that. I got that done, guys. I got that done. Yeah, okay. Get the fuck out of here.
So really, it's just another way for Keffals to ask for more money. I've already torn apart this document in one of my previous videos. Look there if you want more details. I don't have much faith in her case at all. Instead, she's seemingly been spending the money doxing people, posting bad empanada's full name, his address, admitting she's got Second Thought's full name and address as well, saying I did it myself, I never published this info. It's just like a game for me. She got this by paying private investigators for it. Her
What a weirdo. Holy shit.
dream is to retire from streaming and be a professional private investigator, to dox people professionally. Right now, it's
How is she going to keep getting the money, other people's money to be able to do that, though? What the fuck?
just some hobby for her. Half the reason why Keffals was able to raise so much money is because she kept getting doxxed. So why is she doing it to innocent people? These DMs are now leaked. Their
Because they're mean to her, so they're never innocent if they're mean to her.
personal information is everywhere. What are you doing? Did this take GoFundMe money to do? So what is Keffals' response to this career-ending evidence? Well, it's to call everyone transphobic. I understand people have criticisms of me. I don't think I'm above being critiqued. That said, was it really necessary to use a transphobic caricature of me in the thumbnail while not using my pronouns in the video announcement?
It's crazy because fucking Mudahar was so like respectful of her you know, gender. And the thumbnail is just rude. It's not transphobic. It's not transphobic to be rude to trans people. Unless you're doing it because they're trans, which I don't think you can make that case, so.
But if you just click the community notes, you can see that Muda did use her preferred pronouns. As for the transphobic art, it's not transphobic at all. It's drawn by Just a Worm who makes ugly characters of everyone. It's his art style. Keffals has used his art in her own thumbnails. This accusation would rally her audience as well as some left-leaning creators into bullying the artist into going private.
Just a Worm is his name, and it really is just a style. Here's a couple examples. Okay, so here's the thing, right? This isn't a defense.
What? Why? Why isn't it a defense?
She has to think so hard to make this terrible argument.
If I call all of my friends, I'm like, you are engaging in some real tomfoolery, in some real baboonery.
Oh, tomfoolery mentioned. Okay.
I can say that as many times as I want. I'm not making that joke about one of my black friends.
What the fuck are you talking about? Black people, did you guys ask to be inserted into this? and gals, and some non-binaries, of course. I'm sure there's at least one. I don't know. I feel like if Lenny Kravitz was born in a younger generation, he would have been one. I don't know why. God bless him, though. I loved Hunger Games. I'm basically living it every day. I'm always so fucking hungry.
Because now it's fucking insane. And now it's objectively just racist.
I would say if I was always like, hey, everybody stop monkeying around, and I had black friends, I'd say that to my black friends too. With the, like, I feel like it's even more racist to just not include your black friend in the way that you talk because you think it might be perceived as, for what reason? Like, your friend would know. If you're around your black friend, they would know you just say, don't stop monkeying around with everything, or whatever you're saying. Like, okay, I don't, it's crazy.
I don't get to say, well, I say this about everybody.
Nobody is
Yes, you do. Like, it's your friend. Your friend should understand. I don't understand. Incredible.
ever called you racist for that.
You can't just make the same joke at everybody.
I can.
Because that's not how society works. You can't
We're not, what?
just do that.
Well, it's not a joke, just to be clear. It's just an ugly picture of a person. There's nothing transphobic about it. I don't understand.
Well, what do you want? Can we just treat Keffals like a regular person? She wants it.
No, we need to treat her like she's a fucking, like she needs to be defended at all costs, because that's not transphobic. It's not transphobic to treat her differently based on her being trans.
To be transphobic so bad.
He can't just like say, oh, well, it's the artist who made that drawing. No, it's your channel. You have responsibility to...
Who's this person, and why are they so fucking stupid? I don't really understand.
Your audience.
Your poopy butt.
Cannot be, I would like to think, not be openly transphobic. And if you're posting like this, it's your YouTube channel, it's your fault.
She's laughing because she knows it's stupid. Fellow artists would show their solidarity with Just a Worm by making more ugly depictions of Keffals.
Oh, God, that one looks like me. What the fuck?
Some of it being transphobic. So before there was no transphobic art, and because she made up the...
Well, that doesn't give them... They shouldn't be making transphobic stuff now. That's not right. That's not... You shouldn't take trans people down with Keffals, but the rest of it, it's funny. Just making more ugly art of her. It's like that Streisand effect almost. Like you're trying to hide it, you're trying to criticize it, and you're just making it worse.
This story, there is now transphobic art. She literally willed it into existence. Your wish has been granted. Keffals would make a follow-up tweet. I think if my actions were heinous, you wouldn't need to dehumanize me to an audience of millions of people in order.
That's just so stupid, because if this was any other person saying it, maybe they have a point. But this is a fucking online drama YouTuber. That's what Keffals is. Like, you know, same. But that's what Keffals is. So like you're sitting here, you're playing, you're participating in part of the game, and now you're getting criticism, and you're like crying about it. Like holy fuck, how she has like no self-awareness. She truly does not have any self-awareness, because there's no fucking way. Like you have to expect these things to happen.
To make the points you wanted to make. The bar was incredibly low, and Mudahar managed to still fumble it. Community notes would get her again, showing that Muda respected her pronouns and that the only insults he threw at her were from her own actions and not from her identity. She'd follow this up with another tweet. Anyways, I'm probably going to get harassed by thousands of people for standing up for myself. Now I'm
what a queen, what a legend.
going to do something fun instead of that. See you all when it dies down. You aren't being harassed.
What are you gonna try to Twitter rage bait, and then once you do that and people give you criticism again, you're gonna say that they're transphobic? Is that what was fun to you?
For standing up for yourself, you're getting heat for misappropriating crowd-funded money. What's crazy is the GoFundMe is still up. You could still donate to it. Her tweet will get community noted again, citing that she was using a self-victimization method of manipulation, which she is. Every response Keffals or her community makes has nothing to do with the contents of Muda's video. It's all meant to distract you from the damning evidence that exists towards Keffals.
Yep, absolutely.
Even went after Muda's wife, calling her a Nazi because she liked a tweet making fun of people calling her a Nazi. This is a real video on Reddit people are using as proof that she is a Nazi.
Bro, we watched the Mudahar video, and there's that person that had like this wild chain of thought about how Indian people are very close to Nazis or something. It was insane. I can't believe people spend their time engaging with this type of conversation, personally.
Has nearly 1,000 upvotes. Muda dating a neo-Nazi made him go completely off the rails. Oh snap, did he really? Yep, forgot his girlfriend's handle, but she posts a lot of far-right conspiracy theories on here.
Shit.
I follow her, and no, she does not. Imagine having to become a fascist just to get p***y. Exactly, and throwing everything you stand for away just for a relationship who hates you being a marginalized minority. So they aren't mad at the undeniable evidence Muda brings to the table. Instead, they're slandering his wife. This next one is insane. Though alt-rightoids
based or no
ideology, Aryan marrying non-Aryans like Semites, Latinx, and sub-Saharan Africans. Muda and her are a fairly Aryan couple, and I believe Hitler would approve.
Hey guys, you know what I like to do all day? I like to think about what Hitler would like. I think Hitler would approve. I'm gonna spend some energy into that thought. Oh wow, that's incredible. You know what? Maybe he would approve. Maybe he would approve of that. You know?
He then goes in depth analyzing Muda's skin color to determine if he's an Aryan or not. Muda is part Aryan because Brahmins are an upper caste Indian from which the Indo-Aryan people derive.
Fuck!
Indians have intermixed too much to be pure Aryans. They nonetheless have Aryan blood. So while they may be an interracial couple, Doe married Muda because of his Aryan ancestry. Or maybe she just married him because she likes him. Nobody knows what the hell you're talking about, man. This is the quality of criticism coming back at Muda. These people suck.
Cool, it doesn't really matter what I do, cause I'll always stay stuck as a fool. I'll never be cool.
Now, Muda's video did make waves in Keffals' community, with plenty of people now questioning her. I found videos of someone saying Keffals had issues with fundraisers, but I wanted to know more before I made a choice. Is this that whole she used her GoFundMe to buy coke thing? No, the one with streaming gear and buying—
No, it was meth. No, I'm just kidding. I think it might have been coke.
Legal fees. No mention of Keffal buying drinks. Streaming gear? I'm not aware of this drama. On her subreddit, people were—
It's so funny. It's really funny that she's managed to signal boost, and so many other people have now seen these accusations, because again, she's constantly desperate for attention. She's constantly desperate for attention, and she got it from a new community that could educate people not in her community on what's going on, and others who don't even know about her. It's fucking incredible. It's just fucking wild that she really did this to herself. You could have just stayed quiet, because I'm pretty sure Destiny, I think Mudahar's video didn't necessarily bring anything new. I think Destiny had like a manifesto on Keffals. But like I didn't know about this stuff because I didn't like care too much about like all the specifics. Oh fuck, I jumped too soon. I didn't necessarily care about all the specifics. So, but now people do. It's fucking crazy.
Surprised that she lied about being woken up with a gun in her face.
On August 5th, I was woken up by London Police Services pointing an assault rifle in my face.
But every time they're retorted with some of the dumbest defenses. Muda's video was retweeted by Stone Toss, and Tipster acts like that makes the information in it bad for some reason. It makes no sense.
I know Stone Toss has made some like pretty wild comics, so oh fuck, we're gonna wipe anyway. Fuck me. So
another user says, my secret hot take is I don't care if someone ripped off the woke scolds for any amount. That's something that I think a lot of haters forget when they try to use that as an own. I honestly don't care one way or the other. People donate to GoFundMes that fall through all the time. This didn't fall through, it was a heist. When Muda first announced he was making his video, Keffals immediately poisoned the well by calling him evil. Hi, private.
because she was scared. She's probably been stressing about this for a long time.
The stream and
now that the video's out, I wonder it would have been even funnier if Mudahar never released the video. Because I feel like she's been stressing so much over this video. Like, I imagine that she's been hardcore stressing about him, like the potential of him releasing it, and now it's almost like now there's like a reprieve. Now she's like, okay, I get all the backlash, and then I can I can almost move on from it. Because he's probably stressing the fuck out of her. By the way, good, but it's funny.
Ended early because Mudahar announcing his Catboy Ranch expose gave me PTSD flashbacks to 2022. The swatting, just incredibly dark stuff in my life. I couldn't handle it. I need to take
I thought she wasn't racist.
Some time. His replies are flooded with Kiwi Farms users right now. He's an evil who knows what he's doing. Yeah, he's the evil one. If you ever want to know how down bad the Keffals Defense Force is, look no farther than
the KDD, baby. The Keffals Defense Force.
Denims. She titled her stream, Mudahar decides to be transphobic. The stream starts by playing other people's videos uninterrupted, autoplay.
Yeah, you gotta love it, dude. Now that's beautiful content. That's incredible stuff.
To the next video when finished.
Don't forget to hit the subscribe button and check out our daily show.
Is that all this person does, is watch other people's content without like giving any commentary? Wow. Makes me feel good about what I'm doing, I guess. Jesus Christ.
What's up, Greg, and welcome back to another episode of Boomers Getting Fooled by AI.
Does this person make money? I feel like that should not be allowed. That's that's crazy. That's just like blatant. That's just blatant content theft. What the fuck?
When she finally decided to show up, she said she watched Muda's video and that none of it was accurate.
I watched a little bit of it, a little bit. And it was like recounting some streamer drama or something like that. I was watching it and I was like, none of this is accurate. Wait, what? This isn't even related to me. But I know the people in this video and none of this is accurate. You're just trying to portray this person as like a villain. And so you just didn't report on any of their perspective, and then when it came to report on it, you just like ignored it. Like you were like, this isn't worth reading.
But didn't you just kind of do the same thing? You didn't watch the video?
So maybe, I haven't decided yet, maybe we'll watch the Mudahar video. I don't know if I can do it is the problem.
When challenged on this, she then admits that she's never even seen it.
This video is the first I have ever heard of Keffals. Is it not accurate? I haven't seen it, so I'm not claiming
So that's incredible
that it's accurate. I'm only talking about the thumbnail. I haven't even started. Whoa. Let's reel it back.
Muda's like, here's a video exposing.
Why are you talking about it? Why don't you just watch it? Like, how is that? I don't understand. Like, I really don't get it. Like, why not watch the content? You literally can react to it and make money on it. I don't understand why you wouldn't react to it. Unless you're afraid. That's all I could imagine, is unless you're like afraid that you're gonna get fucking dumpstered. Is that what it is? That she's just afraid? Yeah, that has to be it. Who is this person? Is this their content creator? How do they even make money? How does this person even make money? Is this where they I'm done. I don't understand. Like, why aren't you trying to pop up content? Like, you could have made a video about it. You haven't made a video in 10 months. Oh, whatever. I don't really understand why content creators are just like, why do you do this?
All of Keffals' lies, and she's like, nah, let's only talk about the thumbnail.
Let's talk about a couple things. I'm only
just women, right? Always want to talk about their nails.
interested right now in talking about the thumbnail. Okay.
Why? I mean, you can make that a part of your video, but why? Why would you just talk about the thumbnail? Like, that's, I mean, I already know why. It's because she just wants to run defense for Keffals. I don't know why they're that invested in running defense for Keffals. I don't really understand it, but that's, I guess, their thing.
I'm only interested in talking about the thumbnail. Maybe we can watch some of the video. To be honest, the video itself, I don't care about. That's not...
Why?
It's not relevant. It's not important. I only care about the thumbnail.
Yeah, let's focus on this irrelevant thing instead of the actual point of the video. And when Ryan Beard points out that Muda only refers to Keffals by her preferred pronouns, Denim's response is to insult Ryan.
I don't know what happened to Ryan Beard. I'm gonna be honest. Who was it that cooked him? Was it FD Signifier? In case you were wondering what Ryan has tweeted, Gaza 0 times, Israel 1 time, ceasefire 1 time, and Palestine a total of 7 times, all of which were to tell people to vote for Biden. But man, do they find the time to tweet about online leftists. And that is like the biggest, like, it just doesn't, like that, this perfectly encapsulates.
How important do these people think that they are, that them complaining about Israel-Palestine online on Twitter in an unproductive way is somehow going to have any impact on anything? Nobody cares about you. Not talking about this topic because you don't feel like you're informed is fine. You don't have to have a fucking opinion on every goddamn thing that's going on. Like, what are you talking about? Nobody cares about this person. Like, nobody gives a fuck about your perspective on this. So, who gives a shit? Jesus Christ. I mean, okay.
It's what I'm talking about.
You're yapping. You haven't said anything. Can you tell this is Hassan's mod? Her audience is defending.
Ah, there you go. It's Hassan's mod. Is that really? Oh, I mean, I know Hassan stays away from Keffals because she's a fucking crazy bitch. So I had to whisper that for no reason.
Her by comparing Keffals to George Floyd. Can people like
what the fuck?
Muda stop saying this person is not a good representation for X minority? Like, people haven't learned anything from the BLM protest in 2020, did they? With the same logic, you can say that George Floyd is not a good representation for the black community because he had a criminal history. George Floyd was a regular dude who was killed while being detained by the police. Keffals is a self-described activist. Keffals obviously doesn't speak for every trans person.
Also, George Floyd was in a pornography. Not that that's relevant, I'm just letting you know that's a fact.
But she hides behind being a representative.
I'm a high-profile transgender activist. There's a big target on my back.
That's why people feel the need to point it out. The media seems to be slowly catching on with the Young Turks even correcting the story.
I feel sick to my stomach knowing that I amplified a con artist on the show.
Damn.
Obviously, I did not know she was a con artist.
She talking about Akon?
I did not do that on purpose. But at the end of the day, I'm the host and I am responsible for what I say on this program.
Even calling out other media companies.
For all the other mainstream media outlets who fell for this con artist, that includes The Guardian, CNN, NBC News, NPR. Can we get a correction from you guys too? Because they seem to never want to revisit the work they've done. And
I remember I reacted to this video. It just I don't know. It came off as like a little preachy at this point. You have to watch my video on this if you wanted to see my full, like, fleshed out perspective.
Misreporting they've engaged in. The fact that they were conned by a con artist like Keffals.
This is accountability. This is how stories should be corrected. And the Young Turks should be applauded for it.
By the way, I don't think that they're wrong. It was just the energy. You have to watch. You're gonna have to go watch my video on it if you want to understand my perspective.
Freeze! Hands in the air, get down on your knees!
These are extremely serious accusations leveled against Keffals. That's why I find it funny that she acts like it's random YouTube drama.
Yeah, no, I'm not
Oh shit, what the hell's happening?
I'm not planning on making any sort of response because I don't think I owe anyone.
I don't think I owe anyone a response. She really just can't turn off the fucking obnoxious meter here. Literally, you could just say, yeah, you know what? I got fucking dumpstered and I'm not going to respond to it because there's really nothing I could say. Like, I'm not proud of my actions. That's it. And move on. And you want to know what's so funny? People would look at that and go, oh, that's impressive. That's all she had to say. She could have been like, you know what? I don't think everything in there was like 100% accurate, but like I'm ashamed of my past actions, you know, and I have nothing to say. And that's all she had to say. And that would have been it. And people would have been like, wow. Like, that's so, like, there are people who will never accept anything from her, obviously, for good reason. But there are some people that will listen and go, oh, fair enough. Like, and they'd actually probably have at least there would be a slight amount of respect to be built from her. But, you know, can't do it. Can't do it, brothers.
I want a response. When I say I'm done with drama, legitimately mean it.
This is crazy. I've never seen somebody lie to themselves so much. It's so funny looking back at our old Discord messages. My background is in content creation. I am not great at what I do. I'm honestly too sincere to be good at it. I am too authentic to simply be an actor who makes videos online. Keffals is a chronic liar. I don't know if she'll face any legal repercussions over this, but her career is over. There is no coming back from this. Lied about the GoFundMe, the lawsuit, moving, Kiwi Farms, website zero, got addicted to drugs, 2 years later randomly claimed she was groped by the police, never mentioned it before, admitted to misappropriating the money in a group chat, and when asked about it, she says that it's just YouTube drama.
I don't care about any of this shit.
It feels good to finally wrap up the Keffals story. It's been a 2-year journey for me. If you want more, subscribe to the channel. Thank you, Chris the Narc, for some of the screenshots I used in this video, and thank you to Mudahar for finally making this mainstream. Now go get a foom. Shout out to the homies over on Patreon.
Go get a foom. Very good.
Phoebes, Crimson Glass, Riveter, Christina Vina, Mac Monkey, Train Kovacs, Necro Valley, Stefan Bildman, Abby Blackbird, The Confusing Opinion, Eddie Bizzle, Tiz McFitz, Christopher H, TV Anthology Reviews, Kanklemore, Sennial Music, Lucas If, ET Automatic,
Swoopty Poopy,
Snoopy Poop Doop 2, and the Mega Home.
That was it.
Reynolds Hughes, Hellison, IGP, Your Taxi, Latchkey Goth Boy, Cyber Katie, Lori Loaded, Papa Gut.
Incredible stuff.